Prosecco, I think. Yes, it's Prosecco.
You like that noise?
Chef Irvine loading the bacon, fat, and vanilla ice cream into an interesting device. This, of course, is like an ice cream, a frozen core ice cream machine that you might have at home, but built into a ball so that you can screw on the lid and kind of toss it around the room and have a good time. So they're making bacon, fat ice cream. Bacon, fat, ice cream. And they're doing it in a ball. And Burrell adding Prosecco to a bowl. Thyme, shallot, and olive oil already in there.
Kat.
Yeah.
Want to play football?
Robert Irvine's having fun with the ice cream ball.
Shake it.
And I don't usually say this, kids, but this is something you actually could try at home. Throw it around, shake it up, and that helps set and freeze the contents. Okay. I can see the bowl coming together with Iron Chef Cora's ice carvers. Now, I'm thinking that might be for the grill. Iron Chef Cora sketched out a little earlier. Derek, on Iron Chef Simon's side of the world, peeling some blanched baby tomatoes, the half and half, with the lobster in it being strained by Iron Chef Simon himself. And I'm curious, in Rubbercam 10, Iron Chef Simon, what's with the dollars, buddy?
I got a little over-under going with the crew. How long it's going to take Chef Robert Irvine to take his coat off and put on the gun show.
Here we go.
All right, so you've got a running pool going of how long it'll take Chef Irvine to flex.
The 25-minute mark seems to be the spot.
Okay, 25 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna let you know when we get to that point. All right. That blender that Ann Burrell has working right now, Prosecco, some cilantro, and mint. So that's probably going to become an herbal sorbet of some type. Sous Chef Derek using a melon baller on a cucumber. Pretty interesting. Iron Chef Michael Simon is tempering one of his custards. That's the lobster broth, actually, with a half and half, the onion, etc. The exact same action is being undertaken over on Iron Chef Cora's side, except she's got all those pistachios in there as well. Sous Chef Matt adding some tarragon to a food processor of...
It's non-fat dry milk, garlic powder, onion powder, salt.
Okay. I have no idea what that mixture is, or is going to be at this point. A mixture of corn and half in the hands of Iron Chef Simon. Now, he strained that, and it's now going into a bowl of which is egg yolks and sugar. So another ice cream base there, obviously. I see Kevin Brosh is up with the judges. Let's find out what they're thinking about the proceedings here today. Kevin?
I can't tell if it's sweat, ice, or fear. Simon Majunger, give us a level of crazy that you're seeing here today in Kitchen Stadium.
Oh, no, they've turned the notch up to 11 here, Kevin. I mean, they really have. The only downside is I've seen there's more than one ice cream machine being started up.
There's a lot of strange, weird ice cream coming in.
Normally when I see the fish and ice cream together, I just close my eyes and long for death. So I'm kind of worried about that, but let's see what they come up with.
We will indeed, Debbie Mazar. Are you watching the ice carvers, or are you watching the stuff down on the floor?
I'm watching a little bit of both. I love watching the ice cutters. And then when I look at the kitchen, I'm sort of blown away with the combination of things and how they're going to manage to make it hot and then put it into a deep freeze.
Gabriella, have you ever worked with ice before?
No, I actually never worked with ice cream. I had an ice cream machine and I sold it last Saturday on a yard sale. So that goes to show you.
sold the ice cream machine at the yard sale. Unbelievable.
But to me, it's like being in an amusement park. The ice carving is very rock and roll. I dig these guys with the chainsaw. It's very cinematic.
Cinematic. Got to go back down to Elton Brown on the floor. We'll see you guys in a bit.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Robert Irvine kneading a dough, actually just flour and water that he brought together very quickly in the food processor.
30 minutes and less.
The cooking continues, or the freezing rather, as the competition gets frostier by the minute here in Kitchen Stadium. Iron Chef America, we'll be right back. Kids, welcome back to Kitchen Stadium, where the chairman's deep freeze battle between Iron Chef Michael Simon and Chef Ann Burrell and Iron Chef Kat Cora and Chef Robert Irvine rages on. All right, let's get you caught up. The team of Iron Chef Cora and Chef Robert Irvine have blended their mix of tempered chocolate, egg, and sugar. Corn tortillas are now in the deep fryer, and a chili-infused barbecue sauce has been added to the pork-filled pressure cooker. On Iron Chef Simon and Chef Ann Burrell's side, the mix of lemon verbena and Prosecco is in the blender, and a mixture of diced cucumbers, lime juice, and jalapeno has been added to the cilantro and mint granita. Let's get back to the action, shall we? The chili action. Over on Team Cora Irvine's side, I see Sous Chef Matt. He's got the vessel that he had his cabbage juice sorbet in. They're moving that to the mixer.
You got the, you want to do that for me?
The what?
The liquid nitrogen?
Yeah, for what?
Coleslaw.
Anti-griddle coming online with Chef Ann Burrell. She's loading that mixture with the cilantro and mint onto that. I think there's cucumber and jalapeno in there as well.
That is as cold as Canada gets in the winter.
That's almost as cold as Canada. It's only 22 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit on that surface. All right, looking back over on Cat Cora's side, some liquid nitrogen has gone into a deep hotel pan. That's just some of the melted chocolate from earlier. It's going to freeze rather quickly. Mike Simon, he's got some dry ice. And he is mixing that into a bowl right now along with, what do you got in there, Iron Chef? What's in there?
It's the creme anglaise for the ice cream. I'm just cooling it down on the quick.
Well, that'll definitely do it. Iron Chef Cora pouring some liquid nitrogen over that mixture that I called cabbage sorbet with the mayonnaise. That'll definitely chill that item quickly. A lot of cold here. Robert Irvine down at his food processor adding a little sambal, a hot chili sauce to a mixture of, looks like just some goat cheese and eggplant. I'm going to say that they're making kind of a baba ganoush kind of thing. On Iron Chef Mike Simon's side, Ann Burrell. Now that is actually the second mixture that's going on to the anti-griddle. That one's just Prosecco and lemon verbena. Iron Chef Mike Simon taking the mixture that he just chilled down to the ice cream machine. I see the ice carving continues with our teams from Okamoto Studios in New York. You can see some of these guys are kind of running these pieces of ice over this big, wide, hot plate. It helps to smooth those edges. Our Chef Cat Cora's side, she's breaking up that chocolate and hazelnut liqueur that got the liquid nitrogen action put to it. Both golden and sugar beets being cut up by Matt. And by the way, Iron Chef Mike Simon, there's 25 minutes left in Kitchen Stadium, so how that affects your pool.
Oh, boy. Irvine, I just lost the bet, Robert. You gonna take that coat off for what? Come on.
I don't know how much money is in that bowl, but I'll double it for him to keep his shirt off.
What time is it? I'm timing it because I don't know what you bet.
Iron Chef Mike Simon back over by the ice cream machine. He added the lobster mixture to the second ice cream machine, and he whisked in a little bit of creme fraiche. Iron Chef Cat Cora, we have cherries on that side of the kitchen as well. Robert Irvine now piping in 2 rounds that bacon fat ice cream. You heard it here first. That's the one that he did in the ice cream ball. The liquid nitrogen being added by Cat Cora. She's quick freezing those cherries. They'll be rock hard in no time. And then we also saw that Matt went over to the ice cream machine, but I didn't see what he added to it.
This is Cat's ice cream. It's a pistachio.
Robert Irvine. Now that bacon fat ice cream, they've added a very thin layer of scallop to that, and then more of the bacon ice cream. So they put that in on top of some ice cream. Now lobster meat going on top of that. So that is going to be a very, very interesting little situation there.
You got a second for me, Chef?
I always have a second for you, Kevin.
Where's your money on you taking your shirt off?
My money's on another 10 minutes, yeah.
All right, so 10 more minutes for Robert Irvine's clothing to remain intact.
Yeah.
That the old tenderloin being expertly broken down by Iron Chef Mike Simon. 21 minutes remaining at Kitchen Stadium.
21 minutes, guys. Let's start plating in 10.
Another mixture going on to the anti-griddle in the hands of Ann Burrell. Cilantro, mint, shallots, and Prosecco all there together. It's basically going to be 3 granitas. Over on his side of the world, Robert Irvine laying the dough that he made on a bunch of herbs. Now remember, that was really just flour and water. Hazelnut liqueur going into a glass with our Chef Cat Cora. All right, the pork piece is being broken down by Matt on the back counter. Iron Chef Cat Cora adding chocolate ganache that had some hazelnut liqueur. Added to that, it's gone into a squirt bottle now. I've got blue cheese out now. Cambozola blue cheese. It's a moist Italian blue cheese. That's going into a blender along with some cream and, the boiled cauliflower. Robert Irvine has this dough with the herbs. Not sure which of the 5 required courses that will pertain to. I guess it depends on what goes on top of it, if it's a pizza. Iron Chef Mike Simon removing both of his ice creams, the lobster and the corn. Lobster being cut up over on Iron Chef Mike Simon's side. Derek is handling that. The ice pieces are really, really coming together beautifully over by the altar.
15 minutes to go.
All right, see whose frost bites reign supreme. Iron Chef Michael Simon and Chef Ann Burrell, or Iron Chef Cat Cora and Chef Robert Irvine, when Iron Chef America returns. All right, kids, welcome back to Iron Chef America. This is a special deep freeze battle. And it features the team of Iron Chef Kat Cora and Chef Robert Irvine going head-to-head against the team of Iron Chef Michael Simon and Chef Ann Burrell. All right, let me try to get you caught up here. Team Simon Burrell have made a broth with the cooked lobsters, and nectarines have been cut and added to some macerated cherries. Now, meanwhile, Team Cora Irvine has added vodka to the passion fruit juice and basil puree.
Okay, perfect. Bring it over.
The first ice carving is coming out to the plating area, and the fried corn chips have been dusted with the tarragon and onion powder combo and loaded into chip bags. Let's get back to it. Our chef, Cora, loading some of the broken chocolate ganache hunks with the hazelnut liqueur to a glass cone-like device. Both Ann Burrell and our chef Simon doing a nice chop on that veal. That'll be for their meat course, I assume. Derek shucking some oysters. Now, we know that will be the base for their aromatic course with the 3 granitas. All right, so Robert Irvine, he couldn't leave his jacket on.
Michael!
There we go. You should have doubled the pot.
I should have. I didn't.
I think I won the money, right?
You can't get in your own bet.
All right, over on our Chef Kat Cora's side of Kitchen Stadium, we see this very large ice sculpture over on her station. They put some of that passion fruit puree with the basil down into that. All right, we've also got a bowl over on our Chef Mike Simon's side. Now, he added that chopped veal, then he put in some white anchovies, some capers and oil, so tartare. We see that pizza dough that the now only semi-dressed Robert Irvine rolled out. That's going down on his grill, very thin. All right, Iron Chef Michael Simon now pouring liquid nitrogen into a bowl. Those are the peeled baby tomatoes and the tiny cucumber jewels Derek has been working on there.
Razzle dazzle.
Iron Chef Kat Cora, I'm afraid she's going to run out of liquid nitrogen today, and I can't begin to tell you what's in there. Oh, actually, no, now I see them. There's the roasted beets. Heavy cream going into that blender with mango. That also has some grainy mustard in it, so I guess a sauce there. More liquid nitrogen with Iron Chef Kat Cora, the Ice Queen. That going over the pork pieces with the barbecue sauce. Robert Irvine spreading the eggplant and sambal puree onto that grilled flatbread of his. Iron Chef Cora adding a scoop of the very frozen cabbage sorbet next to a little slaw of, I think it's just more cabbage. Let's see, Ann Burrell, she's got the granita with the lemon verbena and prosecco. That's down on one of her oysters. Now, I see the ice slide, or the luge, being placed on Iron Chef Simon's side, so he's getting his presentation pieces ready.
We need to get this stuff plated, or we're not going to be able to put it out.
Iron Chef Cora adding the quick frozen pork to a little bun, getting that onto a plate with the cabbage sorbet and the coleslaw. Robert Irvine working very, very quickly. He fried those mushrooms. Now he's cutting them. They're going onto the pizza with some enoki mushrooms and the eggplant. So that's their vegetable course, I guess. Okay, all right, now check out this rig on Iron Chef Kat Cora's station. All right, it's a grill made out of ice with charcoal on the bottom. Okay, and now some dry ice is joining that. So that will give the appearance of smoke without the charcoal, actually cooking the ice. Cilantro and mint granita going down to complete Ann Burrell's oyster presentation. That's going to have a lot of herbaceous flavors in it. Robert Irvine down on his station. The parfait is coming out. That, of course, with the lobster, the scallops, and the bacon, vanilla ice cream. Hey, guys, just in case you care, 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this battle. Looking over on our Chef Mike Simon's side, that was the tomato water. It was tomatoes with some sherry vinegar, horseradish, almost like a Bloody Mary. And the flash frozen tomato and cucumber jewels were also in that glass. He's also plated the veal tartare down on the little ice sculpture. He's also got kind of a little bowl. They added to that some of that herb lobster meat, some Yukon Gold. They put some saffron and a little bit of corn in there. Bacon in there, too. So I'm going to call that a lobster chowder.
Pizza.
Our Chef Kat Cora shouting for her pizza. Sous Chef Matt bringing that item out front and center. Robert Irvine spooning some roasted corn now onto a plate with the bacon and lobster parfait and some additional bacon pieces in there as well. Okay, now over on Mike Simon's side, okay, they're cutting quenelles.
The worst quenelle of all time.
Oh, not that bad, Chef. Meyer lemon sorbet joining the cherries and the nectarines. So, I mean, that's definitely their fruit course. Lobster ice cream going on what I call our Chef Simon's lobster chowder. Over on Robert Irvine's side, there's that vodka cured lobster. That's right, kind of Napoleon mango sauce with a grainy mustard is going alongside that. Sous Chef Derek loading the corn ice cream onto Iron Chef Simon's veal tartare presentation, while Ann Burrell adding one of the cold smoked shrimp to the top of their vodka Bloody Mary ice slide, I guess. Some of the lobster broth Iron Chef Simon made now going over his chowder with the lobster ice cream. Wow. Ooh,